Welcome back to the Mail-In Podcast. I am your host, Dillon Shivery, coming to you live from the Lodge in Austin, Texas. Sally is still out of town, so joining us in her place is Micah Weiner. What's up,
me.
Micah?
It's podcast week. What a treat to be back with you on the Mail-In. Hello, everyone.
A lot of people are saying we've had too much Micah on Wash Media
I'm getting a lot of that.
podcasts this week, but I disagree.
There are also a lot of people getting blocked. Hashtag blocked, I should say.
You know, you used to say this was your favorite hour of the week back in the old Grandex days.
That's true. I loved it. I still do. I'm excited to be here. It's a real treat. Thank you.
Very happy to have you here.
Thank you for the opportunity to allow me to plug myself repeatedly and for people to get mad about it. I'm not going to do it now. I saw that look, but I'm gonna season some in later.
That's the
sprinkle.
That's the natural trade here. Is that if you know, I'm not paying you to be here, so you should get something out of it.
That's right. So it's like doing the Tonight Show. At least I get to plug my crappy movie twice.
It's like sitting on. It's when Johnny calls you over after your set, like to be a guest afterward. That means he likes you.
Gives you the thumbs up.
He's the kingmaker.
Oh, and he waves you over. That's big time. It means you did well. We expect you to bring heat today.
Well, hopefully we do well.
Bring the takes, bring the heat.
I'm expecting
bring the controversy if you want.
Great. Let's get into it.
We also got Dave here. Dave's producing. He's on the board. What's up, Dave?
Chilling, man.
What's so funny, dog?
So this thing, I'll pull back the curtain. This guy DM me with this. His buddy's got this limited drop custom golf putter apparel company. He's like, these guys might be cool to do like a circling back drop or a washed media drop. But he said, I DM'd Brett about this, but he never responded. And I just sent it to our group text, and Brett's like, oh, that looks real tight, man. This is really interesting. And I'm waiting. I'm like wondering if I should drop the bomb. Like, yeah, man, you should have followed up with him when he messaged you a while back.
Let's not give him some vacation anxiety.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
He's actually probably about to – he's driving back tomorrow, right?
Yeah, he leaves tomorrow, but it's like a 2-day journey, so and only he gets back till Sunday.
The big cat's on the tee, for those wondering.
Thanks for time stamping this.
Yeah.
Wow.
For those keeping track at home and want to sync it up. Oh, man, happy to be here. Let's do some pod.
Glad to have you here, Dave. Before we get into the questions today, we have a hotline number. It is 888-362-MAIL, M-A-I-L. That is 888-362-6245. You can also write in if you would prefer. We have a link in the Twitter bio at Mail-In Podcast. We have, 7 questions today, 4 of which are voicemails. Not much reading for you today, Dave.
Good. People are tired of me.
But the first one is an email if you don't mind jumping on that one.
Sup, guys? Y'all are always gassing Austin BBQ. But what's your opinion on places like Memphis, St. Louis, or Alabama? I thought Austin's was aight, but Memphis's was definitely better. Love the pod and Will's accent. Okay.
Okay. Is there anyone who lives in one of these barbecue regions who thinks another place has better barbecue? Like, is anyone from Austin like, oh, yeah, I'm a Memphis guy? Anyone from Memphis says, oh, I'm an Austin guy or Texas barbecue guy. It just doesn't happen.
Well, rarely.
Right?
I'm glad that I'm here. I'm gonna hop in here.
Why do you think I picked this one? All right?
Well, it means a lot. You know, a lot of
people.
people don't know this, but I was the founder and president of the barbecue club in high school. It's one of my extracurriculars. I think it's why I got into Mizzou. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Founded that bitch. And so I take this very seriously. And I was taking it seriously back before Austin proper was taking things seriously. Dorn and I remember back in the good old days, or the bad old days, as it were.
Before
you really had to leave the city limits to go get world-class barbecue.
It's not a barbecue town. Like the closest thing was Salt Lick, which is outside of Austin by about 10, 15 miles, something like that.
Yeah.
What are the ones in Lockhart?
Lockhart, really.
Lockhart.
Smitty's and Kreitz's and Black's. You really had to go there. You go out to Opie's in Spicewood.
Oh, Opie's is trash.
Oh, you're not an Opie's guy.
Oh, it's awful.
Where do you guys stand on county line?
I don't find it to be very good.
It's not great.
A lot of people overrate it.
The bread is good.
Yeah, it's a lovely
that can't
place.
be. That's like raising canes. That can't be what's bringing people in the door.
You know what? That's a rule that we have here. So this is all to say, like, Texas barbecue is better, and Memphis barbecue is the worst.
Wow.
I've been to the Carolinas. I've eaten the pork there. Sometimes mostly pulled pork. Well, it's all sort of pulled pork. Sometimes whole hog, just sometimes shoulders. Sometimes with a with a yellow sauce, sometimes with a red sauce, whatever. That's fine. It's just chopped meat on a bun with some coleslaw. You know, no one has ever taken a bite of this and said, this will change my life.
Yeah.
And when you get world-class brisket in Central Texas, I've had friends from Kansas City who come down here and they're like, oh, this is different.
Right.
Ooh, anecdotal evidence.
In Kansas City, also known for barbecue. I went to school at Mizzou. I spent plenty of time in Kansas City. Yeah, they invented burn ends there, where it's different than just kind of the end pieces that you get here. Then they take them and then smoke them again. Kansas City barbecue, fine. They generally cook more things there. If you go to most Kansas City places, you can get ham, brisket, turkey, and all of it's fine. None of it is as good, and none of it is great. Is generally my thing, and a lot of sauce. And sauce is generally a crutch, as you guys know.
love me some pulled pork with a heavy vinegar base, like a thin sauce. Really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, brisket is the staple of Texas barbecue.
Yeah, when we talk about regionality here, I judge every barbecue restaurant I go to by their brisket.
Right.
Like, we're beef people here. That's who we are.
Yes.
And Kansas City, a lot of times they like shave it real thin, and it's just not great. It's not the way to treat that. I know the world has changed, and YouTube, and there's a lot more Texas-style brisket popping up all over the place. I want to give a little special attention to Memphis. Memphis has done a phenomenal job marketing itself as a barbecue mecca, and the barbecue in Memphis mostly sucks. And you can at me, at Micah Weiner, MICAHWIENER. It's just not very good. They have the Memphis in May thing. I've been to the Rendezvous. The Rendezvous is great. It's a very cool place. I don't know if y'all have been there. It's like underground. It's very famous. They do dry rub ribs. But most barbecue in Memphis just isn't good. It's just covered in sauce. That barbecue spaghetti they do there, trash.
Yeah, if you're kind of known for your sauce.
We don't have that button.
No,
Like
sorry, wrong
it's
podcast.
a heavy sauce barbecue, right?
Yeah, generally speaking, yeah. And it's
Yeah.
just a lot of ketchup-based barbecue sauce. Nothing special. Like, you're never like, ooh, this is really interesting, good sauce.
What's the meat they pride themselves on the most?
Ribs, I think. Pork ribs.
Pork ribs?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It's fine. You know, pork ribs, not that tough to make either.
Yeah, if your
Just
favorite
go ahead
barbecue
and say that.
is doused in sauce, maybe think about why.
I have to admit, I've never really had good, or what was supposed to be like famous Kansas City barbecue. I've had Memphis style, and it's fine. I don't think it's great. I do like Carolina. Outside of Texas, Carolina is my go-to because I like the vinegar-based stuff. They do the pulled pork, excellent. It's sufficiently different than Texas, so I can like really enjoy it.
Yes, the stuff in the Carolinas, it's a different thing because they don't do beef at all generally. It's just pork, and they do the pork the same way they've always done it, vinegar and the whole thing, and it's pretty good. But it's like I don't think it's I don't crave that. Like, I could go to North Carolina and spend a weekend in Charlotte or whatever,
Yeah.
and not think like, oh, I've got to go have a pulled pork sandwich.
Anyone who shits on Texas barbecue, I just assume immediately they've never had a really well done, not well done as in cooked well done, just a really awesomely done brisket. Because once you do, it really is a game changer.
The only other thing that I'll say here, there are a lot of people that come out and say Texas barbecue sucks because I don't like potato salad and beans and coleslaw. That's trash. That's a trash take. It doesn't matter what the sides are.
Yeah,
That's not why you don't go there for sides. And
You're right.
in Kansas City, a lot of the places, there's Jack Stack, Gates, and Arthur Bryant's are the sort of the three most famous ones. And there's Joe's, Kansas City, whatever. And they're like, oh, the French fries are so good here. Dude, I can have French fries anywhere.
Yeah, there's literally good, like 10 good fry places within a 2-mile radius of us right now.
That's right. I go to a barbecue place to go do something I can't do at home, which is to make smoked meat that takes many hours and lots of craftsmanship.
There's a barbecue place in downtown Austin. I'm not going to say the name of it, but it gets a lot of love from some locals. They have incredible sides. Like, their sides are A+.
They do a nice job.
And I
with
think
that.
that's why it has the reputation that it does, because the meat, the brisket is D.
It's also, you say locals, but they're not real locals. These are transplants. All of my friends who move here from California are like, oh, I love this place that starts with an L that's
I
downtown.
know some Austin-born
Really?
and bred people who are who ride hard for this place.
To be clear, we're not talking about La Barbecue.
No,
'Cause
no,
La Barbecue-
I would never shit on La Barbecue.
The barbecue has been my pleasant surprise of quarantine.
This is upscale. The place I'm talking about is upscale barbecue, which is weird in itself, I think.
So if you're in Dallas and you want good barbecue, there's is it Hames in Fort Worth,
Mm-hmm.
and then Pecan Lodge in
Lodge,
Dallas is
yeah.
like the one that I think can compete with Franklin's down here in La Barbecue.
I'll put Franklin's and La Barbecue up against any in the country.
Okay.
Like, head to head.
Yeah,
They're that good.
they're that good. Houston, I don't really know, but I'm assuming Houston has to have a great barbecue place.
There are a few that mostly escape me at the moment, but yeah, and the Houston thing is really popping up. There's a bunch of new places in the last 5 years. I'm trying to remember. We ate at one that had homemade tortillas and made tacos. They were quite delicious.
Okay.
And
What
it
about
blows my mind at the
I
moment.
like a good hybrid fusion barbecue. I like Korean barbecue a lot. If you can find a little
You
Korean
do.
barbecue joint, I think you'll be satisfied.
I'll mess with it, but it feels like a different category altogether to me.
We should give a shout out to Valentina's
yeah, I had that
Tex-Mex
recently.
barbecue,
Dude.
and the food there is outrageous.
They do a good brisket, man.
Their brisket is really good, and their tortillas and like everything else, just everything they do is really, really good.
Yeah.
And they've got good sides and stuff too. But like they do homemade tortillas instead of like just traditional white bread, and they have queso and they have fajitas and like it. The fajita taco over there, dangerous.
Oh yeah.
Scary good.
Damn.
So shouts to Valentina's. And the only other thing I would mention, people talk about Franklin barbecue. Is it worth the hype? Is it worth the hype? I can't suggest that anybody who's in town for a weekend in Austin spends 5 hours waiting in line at Franklin barbecue.
agree.
I can't.
I agree.
Oh,
But I
dude.
will say that I really do think it is worth the hype. I think that if you took a slice of brisket from all of the top tier places, Franklin does stand apart. It really is that good.
Numerous publications have named it the best barbecue in the world. It's not us talking.
Who are we to argue with numerous publications?
On another note, somebody DM'd me an article last night. It was the 10 best Muni courses in the country, and Lions somehow made it on there.
What?
And I was like, okay, Lions.
No.
Lions is fun. It's a fun change.
Based
of
off
pace.
reputation, maybe. Because it's just like a fun Austin staple. Like we've all played it. If you're an Austin guy, you've played the course, but it's not nice.
Micah's a noted Save Muni guy.
It's an important mission, but I would tend to agree. We had some buddies who came down here for a bachelor party once, and I managed to get tee times for like 12 guys. We went and played, and the end they were like, "Yeah, that was cool." And we're like, "Man, isn't
This is it, huh?
This is like right when I got out of college, and I was working sort of like exclusively with the Save Muni deal before I got like a real job." And they were like, "So this is the course that you're spending all your time like
Trying to
working
save
on?"
this place?
I'm like, "Yeah, it's great,
Yeah.
isn't it?" They're like, "Yeah, it was fun."
It occupies some prime Austin real estate.
It is.
Well, and that was part of the.
Well, it's a lot of green space, and green space is important, as you guys know. It's the lungs of Central Austin.
Sure.
That was the part of the write-up was that it was constantly, at risk of getting swooped up by the university. And
It might be one of the 10 busiest munis in the country. It's it's crowded all the time.
it really is.
Very popular course.
That's where I got matched up, or I got paired up with a dude who's playing in Crocs.
Mm-hmm.
What did the T-shirt? It said "Tacos y papas," or yeah, something like that. And it was just a T-shirt, and then just some shorts. And he went out and shot like 75. Like he was. It
Oh,
might have
yeah,
been
yeah,
better
that
than
guy,
that. Like
that
this dude
guy.
was tatted up, face tats and everything. Moved here from California, and then at the end on 18, I started playing pretty well on the back, and he was like, "Been watching you, man." He's like, "You just need to like aim at the center of the fairway. I see you're trying to play that big draw." He's like, "Just aim at the center and embrace your pimpness." I was like, "Okay." I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do that." So that's now my swing thought.
You're not getting that on nine other munis in the country.
No, embrace your pimpness.
A dude in Crocs just gave you the tip of a lifetime.
Dude, it was the ultimate. I judged the book by the cover. I was like, "Oh God, I'm paired up with a dude in Crocs."
Yeah.
Who chain ripped sig.
He's gonna kick it around
And
for
just-
18
Were they
holes.
American Spirits?
Yes, American
Yeah, that-
Spirits, and was just like
I could have called that one.
the back of his cart was just like a Lone Star beer graveyard. And this dude, this is on like a Wednesday afternoon. I was like, "Dude, you're getting after it, man." Speaking of getting after it, I'll talk about Manscaped.
Oh,
Micah.
yeah.
Ooh, you know what? I'll hop in here before you guys start the official read. As you know, I live in the same apartment building as Will DeFreeze, and at least once a week he tells me about how dope the Lawnmower 3.0 is.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've got a 2.0 at home, which gets regular maintenance.
Embrace your pimpness.
But I'm gonna have to hit the upgrade on this
cop.
because Will's like, no bullshit. The 3.0 goes.
As much time as
Is
you
that a
guys,
good Will DeFreeze impression?
No.
It goes.
I don't think he says that.
He doesn't have the alpha
Yeah.
testosterone.
As much time as you guys are spending at the pool together, and we hear stories, you gotta keep that body looking.
Yeah, you got to be
tight.
prepared to unveil the summer bod. I mean, it's August. It's going to be hot for like 3 more months here. It's going to be pool season. Manscaped is here to ensure your post-quarantine bod is ready for the wild. Don't be the guy at the beach with the bear rug on your chest. And if you grew some quarantine man tits, least you can do is make sure they're hairless. You don't want hairy man tits, right?
No.
Yeah.
If you're gonna have man tits, might as well clean them up a little bit.
And you know what else? Just
You know what they always say, Dave?
oh, okay.
That fat looks better tanned.
That's right.
And
Can't tone it, tan it.
And if you can't tone and tan it, and you can't go hang out by the pool if you're covered in hair. So it's sort of this chicken or the egg thing. So you got to get rid of the hair, so then you go get sun, so then you'll look skinnier.
And
Wow.
fellas, nobody wants to put their face in an Easter basket. Just remember that, okay? Just a word of advice. Manscaped is dedicated to helping you level up your full-body grooming game. Like Micah mentioned, they've got the 3.0. But they've got a perfect package 3.0 kit. Listen to this. Comes with the Essential Lawnmower 3.0, waterproof, of course, cordless body trimmer, and a ton of other liquid formulations to round out your manscaping routine. They sent so many to us that I haven't even gotten to all of them. Like, they've got like a full-blown routine that they send.
That
For your junk?
travel bag is lit too.
It is nice. I've got
It's
one.
nice.
I've got the last generation. I can only imagine what they're up to now.
It's quality.
Yeah, it is nice.
Check this out. Inside the perfect package, you'll also find the Manscaped Crop Preserver, an anti-chafing ball deodorant, Micah, and
This
moisturizer.
is a game changer.
Because we know how painful chafing can be when you're wearing your bathing suit all day. Nobody likes to chafe.
The crop preserver is, you know how the world has changed, as you guys know, during quarantine. We're all walking around with Hanny Sanny, as I like to call it, hand sanitizer.
Yeah, we're not calling it that.
That's what I like to call it. And the crop preserver, you know, if you pack that bag for the pool, the crop preserver is a good thing to have there. Just a quick spritz will change your whole mood.
What if I told you there's a crop reviver?
Whoa.
A testy toner that's designed to give you pep in your step. How about that? Dude, this perfect package sounds awesome. Sounds like a great gift. For a limited time, subscribers to this podcast get 2 free gifts: the Shed Travel Bag, a $39 value, and the patented high-performance, reduced chafing Manscaped Boxer Briefs. Hell yeah. Get 20% off plus free shipping with code ROSIE at manscaped.com. Use code ROSIE at manscaped.com. Do yourself a favor and always use the right tools for the job. Use code ROSIE for 20% off and free shipping. Again, 20% off and free shipping with code ROSIE at manscaped.com. Manscaped.com, promo code ROSIE. Trim your chesticles with the besticles.
Thank you, Dave.
voicemail.
Let's do a voicemail.
It's good copy.
Mail-in pod, what's cracking? It's your boy Jake from Missouri. I had a quick question. It's kind of random, but what are your thoughts on joining the Freemasons? I know the majority of you all were in fraternities or sororities, and they say the Masons are kind of like the biggest fraternity in the world. So give me your thoughts. Later. Love you. Bye.
Freemasons, eh?
Yeah, I had to look this up. I didn't know that Freemasons were like still a thing.
My grandpa was a Freemason.
Is he?
He was. He's deceased now.
Well, I'm sorry to hear. R.I.P.
As are all my grandparents. Thanks, Dillon.
Same, actually. Thanks for firing that back at me.
Well, yeah, I'm
I didn't
just
know they were
telling
still a thing. Did y'all know that?
you. Yes.
I thought it was just a thing of the past.
No, they are like the entry-level conspiracy theory. They are like first day of class. It's like, oh, the Freemasons run the world, man. Look at the back of a dollar bill. Like, they designed this shit, man. It's the pyramid with the eye. Yeah, and they don't. I don't think they run the world anymore. There might have been a time.
What are the benefits?
Now they
of
just let
joining
anybody in.
a secret society like this in modern day.
Well, their 4 cardinal virtues are fortitude, prudence, temperance, and justice, and the principles of brotherly love, relief, and truth. Who can't stand for brotherly love, relief, and truth? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know anyone who's a Mason, but you know what? If I did know someone, they probably wouldn't want me to know.
Well, they're pretty open. Like some dudes will have it on their the sticker on their car.
Really?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You'll look up the If you see the logo, you'll notice it. Like in the next week, you'll see somebody driving around with it.
Freemason.
The Austin
logo.
chapter was founded in 1839. How about that?
Yeah. So I mean, like back then they were probably doing some shit.
The logo, it looks somewhat familiar. I'm sure I've seen it around. Okay, I didn't know that. What does the G stand for in the logo?
Gang, gang, gang.
I would just say, if this guy's thinking about becoming a Mason, I encourage it.
Dude, go for it. Yeah, it sounds tight. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't really know much about it.
What are the dudes that drive around, like show up at parades and drive around in little cars?
Oh, the dudes with the hats.
Yeah, with the
tassels?
silly hats. You know what I'm talking about?
Are those Freemasons?
Look that up because I know who they are. And are they not vets?
I'm going to feel like a real asshole if I did that.
They're
The Shriners.
The Shriners. They do a lot of charity work.
Yeah, I think the Shriners are sort of like a fraternity kind of thing.
You know their virtues.
They are a fraternity based on fun, fellowship, and the Masonic properties of brotherly love, relief, and truth.
You know what they always say?
I think it's the same sort of thing.
Shrine 'em, dine 'em, 69 'em.
I don't think they say that. Is it anything like the skulls?
It sounds like a less prestigious.
Aren't there a
skulls.
bunch of presidents that are Shriners or not or whatever?
Skulls?
The
Yes.
Yale ones? I know W was.
Oh, so that's like a college thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Freemason is not. It's not like tied to a university. It's just
No,
a society.
Yeah.
You can be from all walks of life.
Like
I
there's
guess.
Masonic lodges. What?
Lodges.
Masonic lodges all around. I think every big town's got one.
Okay.
Yeah, my grandpa was one. I went to like his I don't know if it was a retirement ceremony. They did some ceremony and like it was interesting. I did not expect it at all.
I assume you got to pay dues to maintain your membership.
Do you want to guess how
Gonna
much
need that
your
dues check,
2020
Hoss.
dues cost?
Oh yes, I would love to
I'm
guess.
gonna say $700.
15 grand.
$144.49 to join Austin Lodge 12,
Okay. So
or at least to pay your dues. I don't know if there's
it's affordable.
It's affordable.
Okay.
You can pay via PayPal if you want.
Dude, we should join. We could probably convince Will to join. He's like borderline about to join Scientology.
Dude, let's just sign him up for it and see what happens.
Dude, let's put him on the rush list. That used to be
The
a funny
rush
thing to do to people.
Hey, Will, we heard you're interested in joining the Austin Freemasons.
You know, Flounder was the rush chair for his fraternity at Tech.
That's not surprising.
And, you know, they had like an online, you could go in, like, interested in our fraternity, sign up for Rush. You could do it online. And we used to always go and like fill out fake ones and put we would put like our other numbers on there. And like he would call. Like, what's up, man? Hey, is this Todd, man? Aren't you interested in Russian, man? I'm Clay. I'd be like, yeah, what's up, dude? Like, we would try to fuck with him. He would get so mad. He'd be like, dude, every year I go in, I have to check these emails. Even though we never get cool Rushies who like sign up online, I go through them anyway.
Yeah, 0.
And he's like, and half of them are clearly fake.
Dude, we signed Will up for this. He gets phone calls. We think it's funny. And then, like, a couple weeks later, he starts, like, going to these secret meetings around town at night. Like, Will, what are you doing, dog? What's going on?
Bohemian Grove.
You know, if Will just becomes the new world order, it'd probably be good for this for Wash Media in general, though.
The new Willow Order.
I say you go for it, man. See what happens.
Yeah, what's the worst thing that could happen?
I mean,
really?
just stop paying your dues if it's not for you, and you know. But is there like a pledgeship process? How do you?
Yeah,
how
they
do you,
just fucking haze balls.
they don't haze, do they?
Dude, you're so fucked. Will's so fucked.
You probably just have to like study the history of the Freemasons and know it, you know, backwards and forwards and all that, and then they give you a test, and then I don't know.
They don't line you up and make you eat lard.
No, they don't. They don't
That's
do.
good.
They don't do K Cafe.
I don't even know what that is.
God, remember K Cafe?
No, I don't. Never heard of it.
Jesus, the worst.
It doesn't mean anything to me, but
You can imagine.
I can imagine.
You can imagine.
Just baby birding to your pledge, bro.
Oh man, just. Oh my God, I can still smell it.
Oh, I wouldn't know.
I can still smell it.
You want to do an email?
Yeah, let's do an email.
Hey, mail-in gang. My girlfriend over-edits photos. How do I tell her to tone it down? Or am I SOL? Shit out of luck, I think. Appreciate it, kings and queens. It's all kings today, baby.
His girlfriend over-edits photos. Yeah, I don't I don't know how you tell
Trying
her
to get that Will DeFreeze aesthetic.
Man, if you are look surprising in person because of what you're putting out there on the internet, you're doing too much editing.
You're doing the most.
You know, you got to have some realistic portrayal of yourself on social media, or else you're just doing too much. I don't know how you tell her, even if you tell her.
This is tough. If she's over filtering or over cropping, things like that, that's one thing. But if she's fixing imperfections on her, or maybe she's making her hips look more curvy, that's one you don't touch.
Yeah,
that can really get a little dicey.
In my I read this in my head as she's just filtering the shit out of stuff and not going and not
Yeah, I was thinking it was more of a lot of touch-ups, and so
maybe.
I sort of think you just wait until her arm is really skinny, or the background is something is noticeably bad.
Be is
you just wait for her to get sloppy, and then you're like, that's it. You can't do this anymore.
Wait for her to get sloppy. Wait for her to just make a mistake with the edit button.
And be like, babe, you're embarrassing both of us right now.
What's going on with your arm?
Yeah,
there?
Why your arm doesn't bend like that? That's
your arm is 2 inches of circumference there. What's going on? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, this is a tough one. I agree.
But it does it bothers me.
Yeah,
it bothers me. But
it obviously bothers this guy. It's this guy. I mean, I think that you've got to have a conversation about aesthetic.
I think I would just lightheartedly make fun of her.
That might be a good way to ease into it.
Yeah, because it's not
or you could be like, babe, you don't need to edit it. You look great as you.
Yeah,
that doesn't work.
That's not going to work. But I think something like, hey, why don't we, the seasons are about to change. Why don't we shoot for a more natural aesthetic?
Oh God!
And we'll just change up our gram strategy. We'll do it together.
Or maybe
we don't have to be so glossy.
Hey, if you're gonna tweak your photos, can you mind throwing some I don't know, maybe some traps, some delts on me a little bit and bulk me up a little bit before you post me?
Have y'all messed around in one of these editing apps like Facetune or anything?
Never.
I never have either. I was told recently that girls are now doing it to videos. You can now edit yourself in a video.
This is a dark world we live in.
Deep fakes are here. Keep deep fakes out of baseball. Keep them out of my Instagram. That's the only rule I have.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say here. There's probably a lighthearted way to bring it up, or just don't bring it up until she slips up, like Micah says.
Yeah, just deal with it.
Let's get to the next one, Dave. I think the order of these got kind of messed up, so hopefully this is the one about the female groomsmen. Let's play the next one.
What up, everyone? I've got a little question. So I'm obviously nowhere near getting married, but I was joking about my wedding the other day, and one of my friends asked if she was going to be able to be a groomsman. And I kind of took a step back because I was like, excuse me? Because I don't know where this is going. I'm really old-fashioned, and I thought that girls are bridesmaids and dudes are groomsmen. I didn't know that a girl could be a groomsman for some reason. I don't know. That just didn't click. Am I weird for thinking this? Please educate me. Please help.
This guy's problematic. No, I'm kidding.
No, you're not weird for thinking it. It is obviously traditional to have all guys as your groomsmen, but this is a very modern day trend.
Is it a trend though? Is this happening?
Oh yeah, it's big
because
time happening.
I was just going to say, this guy said, I'm nowhere near getting married. I think that if he was saying I was closer to getting married and I was going to have a female groomsman, the answer would be no. I just don't see us. There was a time in my life where I've had good female friends, and not that I thought you've got to be in my wedding, but I've had if you say that you're going to put your 5 or 6 best friends in your wedding, there have been times where I've had, female friends who were 2 or 3 of my best friends. Like that's a thing that's happened.
Right.
My fiance would never allow this to happen. This just isn't happening.
It depends. Like if my best friend in the world was a girl, and there was no sexual tension or anything, we didn't have a history of dating. If it was like just my best platonic friend that I have was a girl, I might consider it. She'd be next to Parks, who would be my best man, but I would maybe consider throwing her in there.
I mean, I would consider it. I think, and I say this, I'm not trying to make my fiance sound like some sort of monster. I just think she's spiking this idea. It's just not going to happen. We can find another role for your friend Sarah in the wedding, or she can still be a part of it. She can give a speech at the rehearsal dinner. She can be there. She's just not standing next to you in a dress next to your 5 bros.
We get questions a lot. Not exactly what he's asking us, but people just mentioning like, yeah, I'm a girl. I've been asked to be a groomsman, or the other way. I'm a guy. I've asked to be a bridesmaid. It happens. It's
I know
out
it's
there,
a new
man.
world.
It's
just I don't know. Maybe I'm too traditional. Maybe
think
people are
it's
going to be
weird.
mad at me.
I'm a pretty traditional guy too, but this one doesn't bother me. I don't know. What would
it wouldn't bother me. I just don't think that's. If Caitlin said like, "Hey, I have a really good platonic friend. I want him to stand on my side." I mean, I don't think it would bother me. But then the other thing is like, what happens if I have a really good female friend, and could she just be in the bridesmaids party? Could she just stand in a dress on the other side?
Probably not.
Is that a problem? I mean,
you don't want to encroach on her. You only have a limited number of captain's picks.
It would have to be her idea.
I know that's true, but yeah, I just feel like that might work a little bit better. Because if I have a sister, my sister's going to stand on her side. And the sister is certainly closer to me than she is to my fiance.
But that would be her decision, and not like you wouldn't ask for that, would you? Like, hey, can my sister be in your bridal party?
No. Okay. But I think I would anticipate that she would do that anyway.
Okay.
Although my sister may marry us, I don't know. Who knows what's actually happening here?
Yeah, this isn't gonna send shockwaves through the ceremony. Like maybe if you have some really traditional, like conservative grandparents or something, maybe they would be. It's not going to like be a deal breaker.
No, I mean once it happens, nobody's going to say anything.
No.
It's no big deal. I just don't think. I think there's a larger percentage of brides that say I don't want another chick standing on your side.
What do you think?
Maybe I'm wrong.
If you do have one of your girlfriends up there with the groomsmen, does her dress match the groomsmen's tuxes?
That's what I was thinking. I think you put her in a dress that has the same color as the groomsmen's suits or tuxes.
Or maybe she matches their ties. I'm trying to think how this would even look logistically.
That's or she could wear a tux.
Is she invited to the bachelor party?
Ooh, we had this question recently.
The answer is absolutely not.
I think you floated out there that she can come if she wants, but I think it's best for all parties that she not attend.
Fair,
because it can cause a myriad of weirdness.
I think I'm going to apply a case by case.
Yeah, there's certainly a case by case analysis there.
It's just a lot of things have to be
because people just get weird on those things.
It's true.
You know what I mean? People get pervy and
I
weird.
feel you.
Isn't somebody on a bachelor party this weekend? One of our buddies.
I don't know.
I
wish I was
nothing
going
to do
on a
with
bachelor
this.
party.
I was at a bachelor party on Tuesday.
That's what
best
it was.
trips
You
ever.
went to one.
It was a wonderful time. I mean, it wasn't. There were just some bros at a really dope lake house, and we had a wonderful time. And it would have maybe been, I think you're right. I think it's just you can float it out there, but it's probably in everybody's best interest that person isn't included. Because bachelor parties are for the boys.
And Saturdays. People forget that.
Well, sometimes they fall on a Saturday too.
Would you lads like me to
twice
do an
as
email?
lit.
Let's do Robeck first.
Ooh, I'd love to talk
if you don't
Robeck
mind.
with you.
Look, it's we love Robeck. Dave and I work out in their performance tees all the time. They're polos. We wear them weekly. We play golf in them. They have the best fitting hats in the game. What else can you say about they sent us a bunch of masks. They have masks that they're selling at cost, I believe.
Correct.
And they're great. They've been supporting us for a long time. We love these guys. If you use promo code Rosie20, that's Rosie20, you get 20% off at checkout. The performance tees are just so soft.
Yeah, that's kind of my go-to around the house.
Same.
And, in workout times, that's a go-to. They breathe really well, and they look good. It's a good fit. Like
Absolutely.
perfect fit for me because I've got kind of a weird build.
I think you have just a hot-ass build.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
Again, Rosie20 at checkout. You'll get 20% off.
Crave activity.
Crave it.
It's a great slogan.
Oh, look, Randy even put the little logo up on the screen. How about that?
Smart guy.
All right, let's do an email now, Dave.
Hey, guys. Would you rather have the best sex but the worst food for the rest of your life, or the best food but the worst sex for the rest of your life?
I'll let y'all answer this, but this one is so easy for me.
Give me the best food, bitch.
Okay.
I eat more than... Oh, wait.
All right, look.
Choose my words carefully.
All right, listen. I'm 36. How much more time do I have to be having good sex in my life?
Are you asking?
Yeah, I mean, when I'm 60, I'm not gonna be slinging it. But I'll be eating food the rest of my life.
That's true.
You know what I mean? And you still get to have sex. It's just the worst
That's
sex.
right. I think that's why this is such an easy answer. It's
Right.
just like the sex is like pizza thing, that all pizza is pretty good pizza.
Yeah.
All sex is pretty good sex.
You're still getting yours.
I mean, although the worst sex, but see, I think it's, if I'm only going to have the worst sex, like let's say there's accidents, there's bad things happening, I can't imagine what the worst sex is, then you just don't have it. Like nobody's forcing you to have
Right.
sex all the time just so you can eat filet. Like that's not how this works.
Yeah.
So yeah, give me the food. Let's eat.
I have like 15 years of
Prime
prime
sexing.
slinging, right? Like I'm 36.
You eat 3 times a day, presumably. Some people break
Yeah.
that out over, 5 meals, smaller meals. It just depends on portion control. Realistically, you're not going to be having sex that many times a day. Maybe you are.
God.
Not every day.
Yeah, you get stamina. You're just going to have off days. You're going to eat every day.
I just got kind of sad thinking about how much time I have left.
Yeah, you're fucked,
And
man.
I'm single. It's not great.
Oh, man. Now you brought it down.
Oh,
Jeez.
Oh, that's sad. Yeah, food for sure. Imagine having the best food
Yeah.
every meal until
the,
you're dead.
The alternative, the worst
incredible.
food. 3 times a day, you're going to
the
have
worst
something
foods,
that's
yeah.
revolting, probably going to give you diarrhea. Like, you can't be dealing with that.
The more I think about this question, it's very lopsided.
Yeah, it is. There's got to be a way to counterbalance it. Like, is it like I'm going to have one terrible meal per day, or you'll never have? Because if it's the worst food, if I'm just eating slop, I don't.
KA Cafe every night.
Just eating chum.
Yeah, that's not going to work. But thank you for your
I'm
question.
thinking, like, worst food, it's like you're eating, like, a Nighthawk frozen dinners. Like,
You're gonna last. You're gonna last longer as a human being if you're eating well too.
yeah.
Well,
You got more time to just poorly to have the worst sex of your life.
but by best food, that doesn't necessarily mean the healthiest food. I mean, if you're eating,
Well, I would say it's the best food for you at that moment.
okay.
I mean, I didn't ask the question, but
Talking prime cuts.
I mean, I'm
So
not
you could
saying that.
interpret that
I'm
a
not
couple
saying
different
every meal
ways.
is an omakase where I'm sitting down for a 19-course sushi thing. But I think, like if it's Tuesday and I want like a really dope grain bowl, it's going to be the best grain bowl in the world.
most ancient grains.
So you just, you,
the
you just,
ancientest.
you just think it up in your head, like, what do I want right now? And then it just appears in front
Like I
of you.
think you've got the best
like
chef in the
Hook.
world there to cook
Hook.
for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the best chef in the world just follows you around, just ready. You are his only responsibility.
See
Dude,
that?
and you could get yoked.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gain
give me all the
season.
lousy sex. Just give me the
Yeah.
meals. Feed me. I'd be like Zeke.
This question would be
Just
better.
walking-
This question would be better balanced if it was no sex as opposed to the worst sex.
I agree,
I think.
and I think I'm still eating.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
eating good. And plus, without the pressure of being fit and being sexually attractive to the opposite sex,
true.
you just eat whatever the hell you want. You don't have to worry about shit. Like, yeah, I'm gross, but I'm not having sex. So, but what's the big deal?
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree. We'll have to figure out. Maybe somebody can write a better question about this next time.
It was a fun one to talk about, but really just not a good question. Oh man, let's do that next voicemail, Dave.
What to do? This is Brock from Wyoming.
Just calling. One of my boys got arrested, got a fat DUI, and all of our friends, we pitched in money to bail him out. It was about $200 a person, and now we're kind of wondering when we come to him for the receipts, or if we even come to him. Would like to hear your thoughts. Thanks. Bye.
Damn, what a squad.
Yeah. Way to step up. What do y'all think? Is this something you pay back? I don't think you can do it. If you do pay it back, it's not something that should be expected very quickly.
That's fair.
Yeah, because he's about to drop like $10K.
Yeah, again, we need to know the circumstances here. Are your boys like, I mean, this is a bad thing to say. Okay, again, I'm not endorsing this behavior, but was the behavior like we're out on vacation and somebody is going to drive us home tonight no matter what happens? There are no cabs available. And if something bad happens, we'll take care of you? Which, again, this is a bad, reckless thing to do. That's just bad all the way around.
Was it a group effort?
But, like, if your buddy's out chasing tail at 4 a.m. by himself and you guys are laying in bed and then he calls you and, like, come bail me out, then you're going to want that money back.
That's fair.
Like, did he take one for the squad?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. In one way or another. Hopefully in a fairly responsible way.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you do get to ask for your money back, but play it cool for a while. You don't expect it in the next month or even 6 months because he's got some shit he's got to pay for.
If he is a decent guy, he'll thank you for bailing him out and then be like, I'll as soon as I get back on my feet or whatever, I'll pay y'all back.
Yeah.
If he doesn't bring it up, then it's kind of weird. That's when it gets awkward.
Let me amend what I said. If 6 months has gone by and he hasn't even mentioned it yet, you can bring it up. Be like, hey,
hit him with that Venmo.
No, don't do that. Be like, I
know
DWI.
Yeah.
Be like, I know you have a lot of expenses coming up because of what your ticket and all that.
Because of your actions.
Because of your actions.
Reckless, dangerous
but whenever
actions.
you can, I would like to get reimbursed.
I think that's fair.
6 months, just bring it up.
It also depends on how good a friend he is. I mean, $200 in the scheme of things is going to be a lot more important to your buddy who just caught a Dewey than it is. And let's just assume that this guy blew like whatever the legal limit is. And I'm not going to make any assumptions.
Yeah, don't.
Depends on maybe your friend's a huge asshole, and I don't know. I mean, $200 it's very nice of the squad though.
What a squad! I wonder if
who needs a bail bondsman. It's good. This guy doesn't have Dog the Bounty Hunter coming after him. He's just got his shithead friend Randy who wants his $200 back.
Randy.
No offense to this Randy.
Just catching strays. All right, we got one more voice.
We got one more. Let's knock it out.
Hey, Melon crew. I was calling to see how old is too old to have stickers on the back windshield of your car or truck. I have an Under Armour sticker as well as a Texas Longhorn sticker on the back of my truck. Just let me know. Love the pod. Bye.
I know most of y'all don't watch this on YouTube, but you really need to see Micah's. What, Dave?
No, I'm saying hang on.
Oh, okay.
I'm still kind of in awe at the first.
Micah's,
who has an Under Armour sticker on their car? Why would you do that?
His face just turned real sour.
Like who? I see people. There's a guy in my apartment that has a Jumpman logo, like a Jordan logo. I'm like, why? Why would you do this? Like, are you really just showing your brand
stickers.
loyalty? I mean, the Apple sticker is weird, but at least like every time you buy an Apple product, they give you the sticker. If you have to go buy an Under Armour sticker to put on your truck, what are you doing? Why would you do this?
The Under Armour one is I can't. I'm short circuiting. My brain is fried right now because of all brands. Like Under Armour, okay,
it's not even a cool brand.
No, I don't think it's a cool brand. I think their logo's just unappealing. The Steph Currys they put out a few years back, you remember those?
Yeah, they're still getting made fun of.
It's just, why would you put that on your vehicle? Yeah, don't. Okay, look, the Texas Longhorn one, that's fine. Your alma mater, whatever school you're a fan of, that's not weird. As long as it's the tasteful one. There are some that are just like overly large. Like you want the subtle Longhorns. You don't want the giant Longhorns.
Well, I think the more important question here isn't your age. It's how nice is your vehicle? Because if you're like, you could be 50, but if you've got like a weekend truck or like, let's say you've got like an old truck that you drive out in the country, you can put 100 stickers on it. If you drive a 12-year-old Toyota Corolla, you can put whatever you want on that thing. It doesn't matter. If you're driving a Lexus and you have any bumper sticker, you're just trash, basically. And if you want the little Longhorn, don't get the Longhorn bumper sticker. Get the little decal, the little silver decal. That's
Okay.
the
platinum.
3D platinum.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
go for
think
it.
I agree. I don't think there's an age limit to this. You can do it however old you are. It doesn't matter.
I also do appreciate people that have really nice cars and just have bumper stickers on them. Like, fuck you,
You
it's
just
my
don't
right.
care.
Yeah.
I have a circling back sticker on my back windshield.
Well, that's a good one. You're supporting the
I
squad.
gotta support the team.
Will
And it makes
has-
it a tax write-off.
What's the
right?
one that Will has on his new car? It's some kind of ski reference.
Does he?
He has some kind of ski.
I don't know. Of course he does.
It's real subtle. It's an interesting move. I remember when Will first moved to Austin, we were going out to Matt's El Rancho, the Sizzle Squad, like every Thursday. I went out and bought at Matt's a bumper sticker that said, it was like something about their Bob Armstrong case.
It's the Give Me a Large Bob
Give
sticker.
me a large Bob, and I put it on his car and didn't tell him. And like I think this is his old car. This is like a Ford Fusion or something, and he was not happy about it.
Is this like when you kept playing truck nuts on my Ford Focus?
Yeah, exactly.
That was a good
That
time.
was actually J-Bone.
I figured it was. It happened several times.
Well, the first one was actually me. I don't know if I ever confessed.
oh,
to
I
that.
didn't know this.
Yeah, it was.
I never actually put them on. I think I stood lookout for multiple events.
that sounds right. A little plausible deniability.
Oh man. Yeah, I don't understand the Under Armour.
The Under
Sticker.
Armour, man.
It's a
What
weird
are you
one.
doing? What?
Do you work for Under Armour?
Yeah, do you own a significant amount of stock in Under Armour?
If
Like,
you-
why are you riding so hard for them?
If you work for them, then I might give you a pass.
I mean, if that's what you need to get into the parking garage because that's your employer, that's one thing. But even if you own half the company, do you think you're going to boost the stock level by having that on the back of your vehicle? I'm very confused by this.
The only shoe brand that would be a cool sticker on your car is the old Adidas logo. The what is it? I want to say feather. The little
Yeah,
the
little
little
leaf-
flower
leafy
leaf.
thing.
the leafy.
That would be kind of cool.
yeah, that's a cool one.
But the Under Armour one is just
Come
so
on, man.
gaudy.
Yeah, I don't get that one.
Yeah,
But
sorry, dude.
thank you for your question.
My bad.
Look, they
No,
know
that's an Austin guy too, right?
he's a Texas
I'll
guy.
be looking out for that.
Well, when you see it again, it's not going to have the Under Armour sticker. We just shamed the shit out of it. He's definitely going to pull that off today.
You should.
Maybe he wants. Dude, he like pulls up and he's like, "Dude, is that Spieth?" Oh no, it's just some guy with the Under Armour
yeah.
sticker. It's not Spieth,
Because he's both a Longhorn and an Under Armour guy.
right?
I
Maybe
get
this
it.
guy's just all in on Spieth.
Maybe that is Spieth.
Now it would be appropriate for him.
Sure.
That would still cheapen it. I hope.
You know, I was at what's the steakhouse in Highland Park?
Nick and Sam's.
No, the
Bob's.
Mexican steakhouse,
Javier's.
Javier's, and there were three. They were either Suburbans or Escalades, and they just said Spieth 1, Spieth 2, Spieth 3 on them.
So I've seen those. I've seen one of those.
Is that his?
And
his
he
squad?
wasn't actually there.
I think it's got to be family members, right?
Got to be.
What?
Or I mean, it could just be his boys.
That's
like,
obnoxious.
It'd be great if Turtle from Entourage just drove around with like Vinny 1, or Chase 1, Chase 2, Chase 3.
May as well.
And they were all together?
Yeah, they were lined up like right in front.
Dude, Javier's.
That's
is
obnoxious.
such a
Javier's
spot.
is a fucking
That's a
scene.
spot.
That place is. I've only been there for a drink. But
I
it's,
had
it's cool.
I had a bit of a disappointing steak there, but it was good. The whole scene is really a
It's
time.
if you want to see a bunch of like dudes who making like 6 figs and eating dinner while like absolutely yacked out on cocaine, that's the spot. Like just guys who are like with their families that are just coked out. You're like, what the fuck? What are you doing?
I guess they probably won't comp our meals there after this.
No, it's fine. They got the cigar bar.
The cigar bar
They
is
do.
dope.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
how
a
many
cool
places have
spot.
cigar bars in 2020?
That's my kind of scene, man. Micah, unless you have a bonus question for the squad, that wraps her up.
Oh, I didn't know I was supposed to bring one.
You don't have
Well,
to.
actually, I do have a question.
Okay.
Do you guys know where you can subscribe to Micah's newest newsletter? Micah's Read of the
I
Week.
did it yesterday.
Well, I'll tell
Oh,
you.
I haven't done it. I need to do that.
I'll tell you. You can just find me on any of my social media platforms. It's at the link in bio at Micah Weiner, MICAHWIENER on Instagram or Twitter, or producer Micah on Twitter. You can find me on Snapchat at MicahTX. Add me on LinkedIn at Micah Weiner. Anyway, And check out Mind of Micah. 6 episodes dropping this week. It's never been done before. Podcast week is lit. Between that, backdoor cover, Too Much Dip, the mail-in, circling back.
It's newsletter.
It's only
week,
fitting
too.
that we featured you so much during podcast week since you invented podcast week.
Well, that means a lot. It means a lot. It didn't work great the first time, but I feel like this is the most successful podcast week ever.
It's been a big one.
And that newsletter drops Mondays, so go just add.
I
It's
can't
free.
wait.
It's
I can't
100%
wait for my
free.
first one to drop.
Yeah, you'll like it.
Man,
You'll like it. Got some good stuff coming.
Well,
I can't wait.
this is a good pod. The Cats 1 under through 3. So
Okay.
Let's go.
Let's go.
let's go.
Hey guys, that was fun. Y'all fun?
It was
Micah?
fun.
I had a lot of fun.
It's a
Good.
really fun hour.
Good.
Anytime. I'm available.
And one more time, the hotline number is 888-362-6245, or write in at the link in our Twitter bio at Mail and Podcast. Thanks, guys. See you next week.